Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of the instant trailer review show from Movie Clips. Today we are reviewing Hitchcock. But before we begin, if you haven't already, go check out our iPhone Maps parodies. I'm sure you will love them. It's all about Siri, the new Apple Maps, how things go wrong when your favorite movie characters decide, I'll just whip out my new iPhone 5, try and get somewhere. Yeah. Guess what? Doesn't work out. So check it out.
If you'd like to imagine what Batman would do with an iPhone, now's your chance.
So anyway, we're reviewing Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
Anthony Hopkins.
First impressions.
Yeah.
First impressions.
First impressions.
Nice trailer.
He's long overdue for a biopic.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing that now we're doing biopics about people who make movies.
Yeah.
So it's kind of rad, but it's a good trailer.
It's cool. Yeah.
It's a really intriguing trailer. So let's get to it.
Let's.
I have to admit, I'm really excited about the movie. I think it's a pretty darn good trailer. I think it's funny that I was pretty distracted by the makeup the first time I watched the trailer. The second time I watched the trailer, I wasn't that distracted. But it's hard because, they have to do the makeup because this is an icon who's known for his silhouette.
Let's go back and take a look at Anthony Hopkins here.
There's been some chin work. There's been some eye work. Definitely some
nose, eyes, lips, head, ears.
Which is funny because he still doesn't look that much like Alfred Hitchcock.
He doesn't.
It's in the eyes. You can't really get rid of someone's eyes.
No, you certainly can.
But it's interesting because it's kind of
face.
unavoidable for this character.
I know.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, his silhouette is known.
But it's not only silhouette. His on-screen presence is so known.
Yeah.
That's what I think really is the defining.
It's
the
what
defining
separates
thing is
it from
he
J.
not only
Edgar.
had all the cameos, but on top of it, he presented
his movies.
he loved to present and loved to be.
He was a showman.
Screen. Yeah,
he was a showman.
So
if nothing
everyone,
else.
I think, old or young, is very, very, very familiar with the way he looks, his mannerisms. So Anthony Hopkins is big shoes to fill, but obviously Anthony Hopkins is more than well equipped to.
I have to say, I was really excited when I heard that Anthony Hopkins was going to play the character because if you watch the Hannibal behind the scenes for the Ridley Scott's movie, Hannibal,
of course.
he quotes Hitchcock every time he's on View. So it's obviously a character he loves a lot.
So there's Helen Mirren.
See, this is the problem, is that's Anthony Hopkins. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Helen's playing Alma, his wife. The movie's based on the book by Stephen Rebello, which I actually read. It's called The Making of Psycho. It's quite a great book. It's more, it's not like a fiction. It's
now,
more.
I have to go back a little bit because this really does give you a good look at the profile.
The profile, and that should be the poster.
That is
I think
a
that should be the
very
poster.
good profile.
Yeah, that should definitely have been the poster. But
I also love the color that they're going for because it really evokes some of the color palettes that he used in his films later when he was using color.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there will be a lot of nice little Easter eggs and homages and kind of meta pieces of this film that for people who are fans of Hitchcock.
So she's reading Psycho, the book. Now what's interesting about Psycho is Hitchcock reportedly went around and bought all the copies of Psycho that he could find.
To hide the ending.
To hide the ending so people didn't know. Spoiler alert.
What a precious world the 60s were.
So, I mean that's how small the world is.
Now.
Yeah, no chance.
Try to crash all the servers.
It's also really interesting how this movie is being made at the same time another Hitchcock movie is being made called The Girl. Now, The Girl, this is about Psycho, Hitchcock making Psycho. The Girl is about Hitchcock making The Birds. And this is this character, by the way, is Barney Balaban, the president of Paramount from the 30s
related
to 60s.
To Bob, correct?
Uncle of Bob Balaban. Now, why don't you get Bob Balaban to play his uncle?
Maybe he didn't. I don't know,
maybe he can't give a good delivery.
But he's already played a studio executive in Seinfeld. Why not get him to play
Oh
Seinfeld?
my gosh!
Oh, I blew your mind.
Wait a second. Equating Seinfeld to a serious Oscar-contending drama.
Yeah.
It is not
It was kind of a joke, but
that's Michael Stuhlbarg, who you may recognize.
I can't tell anymore, guys.
You may
I don't know
recognize
what's real
from Boardwalk Empire as well as A Serious Man.
Serious
He's
Man.
an amazing actor.
Yeah,
so
it really.
It's always good to see.
It's interesting that we pause on this frame because this looks very, very, very treated. This image. He looks very almost CG on his face.
He is
He's
a
got
beautiful
that,
man.
No, but he's got a softness to him that doesn't look natural.
Well, it does seem like they're doing that kind of old Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, when they had the lenses and that had all the...
The color palette reminds me a lot of My Week with Marilyn.
Yeah, I mean, like, when you're shooting something, when they're making a movie that takes place in this time period, it's really hard to avoid that kind of look.
Now, I have to say, this does feel like a general, like, just biopic. But really, the director, Sasha Gervasi, who directed Anvil, the Story of Anvil, which is a very ungeneralized biopic of a band. It's a wonderful movie documentary. You guys seen it?
I haven't seen it.
It's written good movie by John J. McLaughlin, who did Black Swan.
Oh,
so
interesting.
a lot of interesting guys involved in the movie.
There's ScarJo.
Yeah, playing Janet Leigh.
And honestly, I wasn't always a fan of Scarlett Johansson. Recently, I think she's kind of coming to her own as an actress. I think she's a good actress. She's kind of shown a lot more charisma on screen, and she's certainly doing so here.
Yeah. I don't remember Janet Leigh being as busty as Scarlett Johansson.
You know what? They do what they can.
See, when he's getting animated, that really looks more Alfred Hitchcock.
I mean, I'm sure Anthony Hopkins is an amazing actor. I'm sure that he nails it.
But he's also so iconic that he just comes through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it seems to be basically the main plot of the movie that he's put so much on the line to make this movie Psycho. And like, it's cool to watch this trailer, and obviously things get really heated and dangerous monetarily for him, but like, we know at the end, I mean, Psycho was a smash hit. It was huge.
I like this music.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that they're getting into like his being a showman.
Yeah. I think it'll be a very charming movie. It looks like it's going to be a very charming movie.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be quite the Oscar contender that they want it to be.
I don't know if it'll be My Week with Marilyn.
Yeah. I'm sure that he will get nominated.
An interesting thing about it too, we brought up that this is only the second movie that's being made about Hitchcock making a movie. The other one's The Girl with the Birds, about the birds, making the birds. Toby Jones is playing Hitchcock in that one. It's interesting that Toby Jones is playing an iconic character the same year that a bigger production of that same character is also being produced.
Because he's done it before.
He's done it before with Infamous, when Philip Seymour Hoffman did Capote. There was a little movie that came out called Infamous about Capote. And I actually preferred it to Capote.
Toby Jones is the one that usually plays the character after the big headlining star, but he actually looks more like the character.
Andrew, you are connecting dots.
He pulls in a better performance usually. I mean, I love Capote, but
there was a dot and there was another dot.
So, Hitchcock, it's a nice little trailer. It'll probably be a nice little movie.
I don't think your definition of nice little movie is what this is.
Okay. What do you think, Jimmy?
I think it'll be a little twisted at times.
Okay.
Speaking about drawing a line, you just did, my friend. You drew a line.
I think it'll be
Ryan's statement.
I think it'll be a little twisted.
Well,
what does that mean?
I mean, honestly,
do you think
the guy.
We'll see ScarJo? Is that what you mean?
No, I don't think. I don't think. I mean, we saw her in the shower in the trailer,
I was just wondering.
I think it'll really kind of open people's eyes up to sort of the madness behind the genius that is Hitchcock.
Yeah, he wasn't known as being like the warmest, most stable man.
Well, there you go.
He once preferred to actors as
sheep.
Yeah. To be herded.
Or cattle. Yeah, to be herded.
Cattle was the word. What? You'd say bring in the meat. Yeah. So.
But Vivian Leigh liked him a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they spent some time in the shower together.
Obviously, people liked him enough where he could make enough films to have a box set coming out, which actually comes out next weekend. If you're on the market for a Blu-ray box set,
Universal.
Hitchcock, the Blu-ray box set.
Which I'm sure we will be talking about more in our weekly Blu-ray picks.
Yeah. One more thing I like to point out. I am very, 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 very excited. We didn't see him in the trailer, but one of my favorite character actors, Michael Wincott, is playing a character in this movie. You know Michael Wincott. He was Top Dollar from The Crow. He was the sheriff's cousin in Robin Hood Men in Tights, or Prince of Thieves, the Kevin Costner version. He was
two of his biggest roles.
He was a gay artist in Basquiat. He's a great character actor. He was in that piece of crap, Alien Resurrection. But he's playing Ed Gein.
The one movie that anybody would have seen.
Yeah, the one movie that.
He's playing Ed Gein?
He's playing Ed Gein in this movie, and I wonder how it's going to be incorporated. Do you think, like, Hitchcock sees a newsreel of Ed Gein, and then
It's very
reenacted,
possible.
and then
We'll
he's
see.
like, oh, we have to make.
There was
mermaids
also
like that.
it looked there was a quick shot of Toni Collette, and there was also a quick shot of Danny Houston at the beginning. Both wonderful actors.
Wonderful actors.
Um,
Who is playing?
Okay, I have the best
Alright, sorry.
Hitchcock story for the shooting of Psycho.
All right,
Okay.
bring it out, Mike.
Did I tell
bring
you
us
the
out.
story already?
Nope.
So, he basically dared his whole crew if they would stay the night on the set, because the set was super creepy, right? And so one person like volunteered to like basically spend the night on the set, and what he had done secretly, not knowing, unbeknownst to this guy, is put a laxative in his drink. So when the guy volunteered, he said, okay, and he handcuffed him onto a part of the set that he could, so he wouldn't leave the set. And so then the next day, when everyone came in to the set, the guy had basically shot himself all night.
If that's not in this movie,
So that might be in this movie, but that's
has to
like
be. It has to be in this
a kind of
movie.
legendary story. But anyway,
So, as we said, not
Has
the
to be in this
warmest,
movie.
not the warmest man.
yeah, that has to be in this movie. Also,
But like you said, a nice little movie.
A nice little movie
yeah,
about people.
about people shitting handcuffed.
pooping their
It's
pants.
like Saw. It's like Saw.
It is.
Basically, yeah, it's Saw.
Anyway, another thing, look up Google Darcy. What's his name? James Darcy, the guy who's playing Anthony Perkins in this movie. He was in Master Commander and Exorcist the Beginning. Both didn't get more big blockbusters. Anyway, he looks a lot like Anthony Perkins. That's all I wanted to say.
Cool.
He looks like him.
So Hitchcock, let us know what you think. I thought it was a good trailer.
That was a good trailer.
So let us know what you think. Comment below. Please remember to subscribe.
You pulled an Andrew. You sounded like me for a second.
And
I was like,
until
I'm
next
gonna make fun
time,
of you for sounding like me.
I'm Ryan.
Rachel!
I'm Batman.
We'll see you. Thanks for watching.